These girls are having a breakdown. Bravo breakdown.
He said, you said, why? And he goes, actually, it ends with an I. Good morning, breakdowners. We've got more punchlines without setups for you in this episode today. I'm Lauren Davis.
I'm Michele Baber.
And we are recapping part 1 of the Rhode Island reunion. Wow. What a night to remember. And the theme was Enchanted Under the Sea. Dance from the outfits. And if you want us to be enchanted under the sea with you, please like, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, a nice review, and then we will be enchanted and we'll never call you the C word. We'll never call you a slam pig. We'll never say that there's something about your soul that we viscerally react to.
There's something, well,
As a
we will
poison.
never say that there's something in my soul that just doesn't connect with you on any level.
It was meaner than that. We'll never say you embody something that our soul rejects. Okay, so we're actually kind of in a fight about this finale or reunion.
Are?
Because, well, a little bit, where it's like you have the reaction of most viewers, where it was like, I love Joellen, Liz, a little mean for you in this reunion, a little tough.
Yeah, I just didn't think that she was as funny as Joellen.
Oh, I thought she was I thought she was
did
way funnier.
Liz
See, this is our fight. We're fighting already. We're like them.
Okay, well, if we were like them, you'd be Andy, and I would be
Andy.
I would be Liz and Joellen and Rosie. And
Yeah.
you can be Ashley. I'll let you be a girl.
I was Ashley. Yeah. All these women are so beautiful. I am so flattered that people thought that I look like them.
Yeah.
And Andy's like, actually, everyone knew who you were. It was like all of the rest that they
didn't know.
I like that it's not everyone against one cast member. It's like we can kind of see both perspectives. And that, I think, makes for great TV.
I didn't see anybody's perspective except Joellen's, Rosie's, Alicia's.
Rulla was, oh my God, the Danielle Staubification of Rulla that occurred. It was like seeing her transform. What a thing for mine eyes to behold.
Oh, hello, Rulla.
She went full, oh, hello, Rulla, into
Oh, hello.
a prostitution whore.
Okay, yeah, let's get into this reunion.
Let's get into this. So first, Andy, like, what does like Rhode Island think about that? About you guys filming here? And then Liz is like, well, at first I thought people didn't like it so much because, you know, NIMBYism, not in my backyard. I was like, I think that's like about like gentrification. And I don't think that's about.
I was like, is that like a? I was like, is this like a Chronicles of Narnia word? Like, I thought it was like something from like fantasy.
No, that's funny too. Though it sounds like Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of NIMBYism, which like that would be closer to the truth than like what it is. Is like NIMBYism is like, oh, I don't want a rehab center built to help the addicts in my town because it'll lower my property value. That's like NIMBYism.
Yeah, I can see that.
How does that tie into like the real?
I think I'd vote for that.
Okay, yeah. That's me. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm NIMBYism.
And he's like, well, I think another thing that the viewers reacted to is that you guys have such long friendships. And we're like, yes, Andy, that's what I've been saying. Glad you're listening. And Liz is like, of course. Like, I remember when Alicia was born. My niece was best friends with Alicia growing up. Alicia's like, yeah, that's right. She texted me when I said that thing about I love horses, because one day we were like gonna go riding horses, and then I got giant welts all over my body, thousands and thousands of welts. And Andy's like, and you still love horses? And Alicia's like, yeah, I love a horse. Rulla is kind of like already, though, kind of making, like, little quiet, snide comments.
Yeah, she was second chair, which was insane to me because she was not in much of this season. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't show up to most of this season. She worked from home.
Yeah, but I guess it's like, she was friend of and, like, so much of this season is about what a shithead her husband is.
Yeah.
And I do think, like, it's like, "Okay, you're second chair and can come on Watch What Happens Live," contingent that you do play ball now. And
Mhm.
boy, did she come to play.
Well, I barely recognized her. Let's be real.
Yes. Yeah, was that even her?
Yeah, this isn't the Rulla I know. She got a new nose. She
A new
got
nose.
a new rhinoplasty, and I think she said that she got a new lips. Like, she got
She got a lip
lip
lift,
a lip
which
lift.
that's generally not an inpatient procedure. It's generally just, like,
Yeah,
Botox.
but the nose, mm, it's not
I
for
I
me.
I see, and yeah, and I don't there's something to be said, I think, about, you know, getting that, like, white ski jump nose, it's like, I don't like that. Let
I
people have their noses. It's what makes people unique.
Yeah, I wanted to get a nose job for a long, long time. Instead, I'm
See,
getting
and
my
that would look,
boobs done. Hello, we do have to talk about that because I will be out. But
but
I
no, see, it's like, you're so beautiful, and I can't imagine you with, like, a little, like, it's
well,
like a Jen Futta. She looks like Jen Futta now.
I wouldn't get that nose, but I don't think I'm going to. I remember I read this quote from Bella Hadid, the great philosopher of our time, Bella
Mhm.
Hadid, and she said that she got her nose done when she was very young. I think she was like 14 or
She's got
15
it
when
done, like, 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, so she got
Yeah.
her, like, nose job, and then she said that she really regrets it now, that she still wishes that she had the nose of her ancestors.
Mm.
She's very, Palestinian, and she talks
Yeah,
about
I mean,
that.
I appreciate her always, like, I appreciate her advocacy work.
It does make me sad to see, it does make me sad to see women,
Yes.
like,
To try to
change
look
their
more, yeah, more
white.
white, it's like a, and it doesn't, like, she still is a ridiculously beautiful woman, but it's like she was more gorgeous before, I think. But, whatever makes you happy. She's making a lot of great choices, and I support women's rights and women's wrongs. So they get into the slam pig fight.
Mhm.
And Rosie comes in pretty shot out of the can, and she's like, she's like, "I've never done anything to you. I've never done anything to you." Kelsey's like, "Well, I was privy to info prior to filming. She was very competitive with me. And that's what, like, the post was about, was she posted in Pizza Mama, but then she never posted about me, so I took that personally." And Alicia's like, "Well, to Rosie, it wasn't that, like, the post was indicative of not wanting to be friends. The post seemed more important to you than a friendship." And then, like, Joellen says something where she's like, like, "Rosie, she's like a little bit of a silent killer to me." And Rula goes, "Boy, do I know the feeling." I just love
Rula
how many
was
times
like,
she really slides in.
I'm like, "Wait, where was she all season?" Like, I didn't know she could do this. I didn't know that she spoke.
I know, I love that the jersey jumped out.
Mhm. Yeah, I do
Um,
wonder if she just called Danielle Staub and was like,
what do I do?
give me the Danielle." And she's
Yeah.
like, come with me, my child. First, the nose, chop.
The nose must go.
Snip, snip here, snip, snip
Snip, snip,
there.
snap.
How it got the day away. Oh, I've been waiting all episode to bust that baby out.
The merry old land of
Yeah, no.
Staub. Love that. I love Rula as a citizen of
I
Staub.
know, I do too.
The Wizard of Staub.
Speaking of prostitution whores, so yes, we're talking the slam pigs.
We're talking to Slam Pig. And then we learned that Rosie learned it from Alicia's friends. And Alicia's like, "Yeah, Slam
Yes,
Pig, a
it's
slammer."
It's like a Sally well, it's really like she didn't say the whole thing. It's like it's a Sally Slam pig, you know, like she's like a Sally Slam,
A
slam,
Sally slam, a slammer,
slam,
and then
slam.
Andy's like, "So these are all different expressions?" And Alicia's like, "No,
No,
just slam pig." He was like, "What?"
what? Um, but
"No, I'm just
boy, okay,
riffing, you know." And
yeah,
he's like, "Okay."
she's like jazz.
Kelsey's like, "Am I a slam pig to you? Am
Uh,
I a fat slut who pumps and dumps people?"
do I?
I love that they
Yeah,
always say that
pump and
the
dump.
slam pig is the one who's, like, coming and a bunch of
Well, like
people
pump
and
and dump, it's like it's also like when you are like
when you oh,
breastfeeding
yeah,
and
get rid of
you're
your breast
drink like if you drink and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna pump this
pump
like
it
and
and
like you
dump
can
it.
dump it.
Yeah,
So then it's like there's not alcohol. By the way, that is girls who are breastfeeding, that is actually not true. That does not work. There's still alcohol. So actually, like if you drink, you should like when you're drinking, you should be giving your baby that breast milk because that's not in your milk yet.
it's not as fast. I see. Okay, so is it the same with urine? That when you're drinking, the first pee you pee doesn't have alcohol in it? 'Cause, you know, you're excreting it from the okay, well, we'll
Who's
talk offline.
drinking pee?
James says yes.
Do you think I'm a slam pig? Do I suck dick? Okay, this is the part where I was like, Rosie like destroyed Kelsey in this moment because Kelsey's like, "Do I suck dick for a career?" And then Rosie's like, "Well, like for the last 10 years, your only coworker was a girl in Florida."
See, I actually didn't like that.
I thought it was very funny. So it's funny to dismantle a person. If like it's okay to dismantle a person.
She's a
And
little confessional warrior,
their
which
whole
Kelsey accuses her of. She's
yeah.
like, "You're a
By the
silent
way,
killer. You're a confessional warrior. You won't say it to my face. You write them. You plan them. Your gay friends help you write the comebacks, but you can't really say it in the moment." And that's kind of what this was giving me. It's like it's so locked and loaded. Where I'm
but
like, I
also
don't like that.
Kelsey did show up to Rosie's house with, like, a siren and the whole
See,
thing.
this is what I was seeing, which was lame, I think, where it was like, even Andy was like, so you're mad at her for coming with the siren?" And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "You can't see how that was a joke and how you setting up the blueprints was a joke." And Rosie's like, "Mine wasn't a joke." It's like, okay, it was a joke. You know, you're both doing the joke.
It
It's
wasn't
like
a
she
joke.
came in, she came in with the siren, and then she came in with the sash. And Kelsey's like, "I wore a sash and a gown. You're mad at me for wearing a sash and a gown?" And I was like, I do think that, like, sometimes I think they're, like, a good match for each other in terms of, like, a welterweight class, you know? Like the battle of the bratty little sisters. Sometimes one wins, sometimes the other wins. Like, it's a you know, it's a pretty fair fight, I would say.
I feel like they're very
They're
similar. I
so
do feel like
similar, and yeah, like, Liz even says that. She's like, "You guys
yeah,
are, like, exactly the same. You're
they're,
both
like,
really
exactly the same.
annoying."
It's like, don't they even look the same? Like, they look the same. They actually look like they could be sisters. I feel like they
Yes, and
sound
Andy
the
says that.
same.
He's like, "You guys are, like,
You guys, like, they're the same.
really
I feel
look
like they're
alike."
very similar.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think
so
that's
this is
and Liz is
weird.
like, "I think you guys will, like, have an alliance and, like, become friends later."
I think
And,
they
like, I
will.
think they will, yeah.
I think in season 2, they will.
And then, yeah, they bring up a little bit of, like, some of the rumors that we've heard, like, referenced about Rosie and where they came from, which was,
Mhm.
3.5 years ago on an NBC 10 post.
Mhm.
Um and like Rosie Wood's reputation is linked to that post. They said, and they're like, she's on the police report of that coach who had an affair with, like, Rosie says he had an affair with a student. And then
Mhm.
Joellen and Kelsey are like, "No, it's not a student, because then it would be like a formal investigation. It would have, like, hit the papers. We would know." And you are mentioned when in the DUI, like, he got pulled over for a DUI with the mistress in the car. And then Joellen's like, "And you're in the police report." And then Rosie's like, "Show me the police report. Show me the police report." And Joellen's like, "I don't have the police report. I've just talked to a few of the officers."
who wrote it.
who wrote
Yeah,
it
she's like, I just
when I'm
talked
at
to a couple of the
work.
cops that put it together, and
Yeah.
yeah, but
Hanging around the station, we
and
made
I
small
didn't
talk,
like
water
this
cooler
either
talk.
because it was like, okay, like why bring up a police report that nobody can even like show evidence exists?
Yeah.
Um, it was weird. Also Rosie was like, I've never even met him. I've never met this person. I don't know him. I don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met him.
And then Rulla quietly goes, "Oh, find another hobby."
Yeah, she's doing this the whole time. I don't even there's gotta be somebody in her ear being like,
She's got
"Now
an
is the
earpiece.
time."
Brian is like
Yeah. Somebody's
prompting her.
here knowing Rula, and it's Danielle
It's
Staub.
Staub. She's getting
Staub.
Staub.
Oh, stop
I
it.
am the great and powerful Danielle of Staub. Find another hobby. So then we find out Ganji the cat died. Very sad.
That's Liz's cat.
Liz's cat.
She
And
gone.
she goes, he literally owned me. Which is such a funny, because usually it's the cliche is like when you get a rescue animal, they're like, I didn't save them. It's like they saved me. And hers is like,
She's like, "No."
I didn't own him. He owned me.
He took me to the vet. He got me shot.
But very sad. And then we find out that she did have her grandbaby.
Mhm.
And then we cut to like the Rulla and Liz fight earlier in this season, and they're like, Andy's like, did it hurt your feelings when Rulla was like, you don't understand what it's like getting over infidelity because your kids you didn't give birth to them. And Liz is like, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah, that hurt
sucks.
my feelings.
Yeah.
And then she's like, Rulla, what did you mean by when the cat's away, the mice will play?
I was just busting a
I
chop.
just busting a chops.
Like, I'm a jokester. I'm like a Paula Poundstone type.
That's my reputation. Old Rulla busting chops again.
She's oh my gosh, she's such a jokester.
I love getting people's guffs.
She's a regular Don Rickles.
I'm a roaster. Mrs. Mean. And Joellen says, that's not funny. And then Roland's like, well, it's just based on, like talks we had together. And then also like Rulla for the first time has a thick Staub level Jersey accent, which she has not had before.
She has not had. She is loud. She's enunciating. She's got opinions. She's got a very thick accent. I feel like everybody's accent was like
thicker.
It was a little thicker this reunion.
Joellen, I feel like also is like usually a little more like transatlantic neutral, and she was like, when she gets upset, she was very Jersey, and she was very like upset.
Yeah, usually she's very Katharine Hepburn in the way that she speaks. You're right, Lauren.
Right, she's very
I'm wearing pants to golf, and they can't say that the ladies can't do this.
Brian, you old poo! How dare you cheat?
Oh, Spence! Stop drinking, Spence.
And so I okay, then this is what I really liked about Liz, this part where she was like, during our talks, did I share any infidelity? And Rula's like, kind of like, is this a trap? And like, and Liz is like, no, like when you hint on something, now you can speak on it, and then I can address it. It was like that. She's like, no vague booking, and I hate the vague booking.
Yeah.
And then she's like, now let me explain. Jerry and I were separated, and I met up with a guy I hadn't seen in years. It was fun. It was a guy. He was throwing me up in the air.
Because, and he's like, what are you talking about?
When you see a guy you haven't seen in a long time and he's throwing you up in the air.
Yeah, I can imagine like 30 years from now, a guy that I haven't seen in 30 years when I'm like 30 years old. No, just like throwing me up in the air, like, okay, let's make out in front of Rulla.
And then Rulla and Brian called Jerry at 6 a.m. And then Rulla goes, "That's a lie. Subpoena the phone records." And everyone's like, "Subpoena the phone
Subpoena
records?"
the phone records.
She's like knee deep in like 3 lawsuits right now in her defense. That's the kind of, the jargon that's
She's just like,
a big part of her
that's
life.
just what she's like. This is one of the things that I've been trained to say right now. Subpoena
Um,
them.
yeah, Joellen's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," and Rule's like, "Shut your mouth! I'm sick and tired of your fucking mouth." just full stop. Like,
Yeah. Now she's like, volume is all the way up. It's up to 11, like that one movie. Final Tap.
Spinal Tap. Joellen is like, "You and your husband love to call people and tattle." And then and Rula's like, "We don't tattle." And then Liz goes, "Hey, you're screaming. Stop screaming."
Mhm.
She's just like talking at a normal. Rula's talking at a normal volume now, and she's like, "Hey, stop screaming."
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "She's not screaming," but
Yeah, 'cause
I
Andy
love
was
that.
even like,
What?
actually, she's not screaming right now. Actually, nobody's screaming right now, Liz.
I love that though. That I'm gonna start using that in fights wherever like someone's saying something and I'm like, "Hey, stop screaming! Can you stop screaming at me?"
You say
So,
that to me all the time.
Michele, you are screaming. You love screaming.
That's not true.
Okay, so then we talk about the ongoing, and we talk a little bit about the Dino. We really gloss over Dino stalking Kelsey once
Right.
again, which is domestic violence in the state of Rhode Island. We learned from the finale. But it's, just kind of gloss over it. Like, well, yeah, I hooked up with him after, my tumor rumor before the beauty pageant. So she was like 20 years old and he was like 40 years old. And then he like stalked her for like years. That's like crazy.
I think we'll talk more about Dino in the next episode.
It
But I think
seems like
more
we're going to get into
with his
the,
law, like with his like
right, the
legal stuff.
legal situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the stuff he did with Slam Pig.
Right. And then like, and Rulla is still like, "I wasn't on the call. It was just Brian. Call Jerry right now." And like, and Liz is
He's
like,
in the back. That's the
Liz-
other thing too.
yeah.
Call Jerry right now. He's like backstage.
And Liz goes, "Jerry doesn't know what day it is. Like, he's not gonna,
He's
not gonna remember
backstage.
this." Like, and then Andy's like, "Are you guys all scared of Liz?" And then Ashley I goes, "Liz is an intimidating figure with an aura of power." And Alicia and Joellen are like, "At Capo, we were scared of her. We were." And then, oh my gosh.
She was scary.
She was scary. She was
very
possessed. Yeah.
Yeah, she
But
was
I
having
did-
like an exorcism.
It was an
at
exorcism.
Capo.
Yeah, it was. She went full freaky Nicky at Capo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, so then the Ashley, this was so I was like dying. I had to rewind it like 3 times. So then it's like, how many times did Ashley cry? And they all guess. And then it's 6, but then they play the second one. They play like a clip of her crying at the playground twice, and they're like 7 times. So I was like, it's not.
It's like 6.5.
It's 6.5, and then he's like, "So, does Jared still have Audrey's?" And then Ashley, I was like, "Funny you should mention that, Andy. He has, and it's actually complicated things further." And she's like about to start, and he goes, "I'm gonna switch gears."
Yeah, but
Cuts
she's
her
like, "Uh-oh, I'm about to solidify season 2 for old Ashley I." And he's like, "No."
No, it's interesting you should mention that, Andy. A funny wrinkle was revealed in that story.
A Wrinkle in Time. My favorite book.
Madeline Wongle.
My last chapter book I read.
I love the movie with Oprah.
And Mindy Kaling.
But yeah, I just love it. She's like, so interesting story about that. And he's like, "We got to move on."
No, it's not. Trivia. They also have trivia. Oh, is this a bit of trivia, Andy? They have that at Audrey's on Friday nights, and it's destroying my marriage.
Classic Ashley. So then, they talk. Oh yeah. So then, Andy asked Joellen about like her and her mom, and he was like, "Were you really bad as a kid?" And everyone was kind of like, "Yeah, she was really bad."
I mean, I just can't imagine how bad she was to be, like, in a
I think that's not
school
a
with
good decision
stabbers and
to
murderers.
be generally, yeah, like, to send your child.
To
I think we
Gen
now
Pop.
know what those camps that you send your child away to, not to judge the parents who did it at the time, but, like, that's usually not a good solution. They don't usually come back reformed. They
Reformed.
usually come back with a lot of
Scared.
trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would
Um
be outrageously traumatic. I mean, and it's just it also feels very dangerous, like, that's so dangerous.
Yes, that's the other thing is, yeah, like, it's like for her specific one, it seemed like less the staff and, like, program being dangerous and more the other
Her, like, literal
participants.
safety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
were dangerous.
Yeah, and it's just,
Um,
she was a minor, it's like you can't consent to any of
right.
that.
Right, and it's just, like, gonna give you abandonment issues, I think, in general to be sent away, at any point as a
Right.
for your but,
But what a storyline.
what a storyline, and then but I do like that, like, she was like, I mean, "You sent me away," she sounded like she was like Rosemary Kennedy, like, where she was like, You sent me away because I had a woman's body," and, like, like, "It
Lauren,
scared you."
Daddy,
She was
you
a
sending me
little
away to
bit.
London because I had a big boobies? Joe
Yes.
Kennedy's like, "Not on my watch, you'll never be president."
Yeah. That was kind of the vibes. Everyone was like, "No, you were really bad and scary as a child." And it was like the last straw was like she like got caught jumping out the window to see her boyfriend, pretending she would pretend she was taking long showers and then jump out the window and go fuck her boyfriend and then like climb back up.
Just like Rosemary I almost said Rosemary
Like
Clooney.
Clooney.
I bet Rosemary Clooney did that shit.
She
Mhm.
was
How do
like,
how do you
I'm
think she got
gonna
the part in White Christmas?
hi-yo.
Hey.
So then, everyone said she was bad. She was like, her mom is like still mad at how like bad she feels like her mom made her look. She was like,
Yeah.
if you talk bad about me to Andy, I'm not watching the kids, which like, that's like fucked up bringing the kids into it. Like, it's one thing for it to complicate your relationship, like it being addressed on camera and finding out things that she said on camera that weren't in your scenes together without like that's all complicated and digging up old stuff. That's all messy. But like to be like, I don't care to see my grandkids if you're mean to me is just like, what? Okay. What the fuck? You know?
Well, you know what? Joellen's gotta learn a lesson at some point. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Exactly. Yeah. She's pretending to take a
She's
shower.
jumping
She's
out of
sneaking
windows.
out the window, trying to get away from her kids. Her mom's
Yeah.
not going to take it
She
anymore.
comes to my house, drops her kids off, jumps out the window, leaves you with the kids. I'm not doing that. I'm sending you back to the murder school even though you're 45.
And then Andy's like, so what's it like to know that your sister wants your husband and
What
would
is
would
this reunion? I
would
mean,
kill
it's, like,
you to
literally so
marry him?
fucking crazy.
It's so crazy. It's so good. It was like the perfect antidote to like Summer House. I think that was like a great reunion, as infuriating as like Amanda and West War. It was like that was kind of really watchable too. But that was so like they were like the
Heavy.
coolers. Yeah, it was so heavy. It was like anything that happened, they were gonna pour
Mhm.
cold air on it. And this is so like electric and like everyone is like going full Staub and crazy, and it's just so it's so
It's
Rhode Island. It's so fun.
it is so crazy because it's like, yeah, we're just talking about, like, their childhood and all these different things. And, like, I mean, it's just, like, I was watching it and I mean, it was very funny, but it was also like, God, I don't know if I've really seen a reunion like this before where it's like
It's like early Jersey. It kind of
it is,
is.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is before that stripper Melissa joined.
Yeah. The good old days. And she's like, she doesn't love my husband. They never dated. She had a crush on him and he touched her boobs in the
I
7th
think
grade.
and he saw one boob.
He saw one, touched two.
I thought he saw one boob, but then he touched
Touched
the
the
other
other
boob.
boob.
Yeah.
So kind of a good idea of both
So
based on
he's like my brother.
tactile and
So he's like her brother.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And plus, it's like Rhode Island. They've kind of all. It's so insane.
They've
It's
all
just.
touched one
like
boob and seen the other.
they've all touched one boob and seen the other in Rhode Island.
Who amongst us hasn't seen one boob and touched the like, you, like, pull the shirt down over here, but then you put your hand up the shirt on the other side.
It's very like a high school theater group. So then like Rulla chimes in again, and Joellen's like, "Why is she still here? She's in 3 episodes."
This was
And
so good. That
and
was so funny, Lauren,
she
that
she also said it like 4 times though.
I
was
know,
like,
that's why it was so
okay.
funny because she wouldn't stop saying it. She's like, "What are you doing here? You're not on the show. You haven't been on any
3
episodes."
episodes.
'Cause first she says 3 episodes, then she's like, "You weren't on the show. You haven't been in any episodes."
I don't know. She says 3 episodes
But
a
then
few
she
times.
says no episode. She
Okay.
won't she's staying on her neck.
Okay. So then Andy is asking, like, he's like, "So, like, what happened with your job?" And Joellen's like, she got laid off. And she's like, it was because of like downsizing, but was it because of Brian? I don't
Mhm.
know. All I know is Brian called, not my boss, but a colleague. The colleague made a formal complaint to my boss. And Brian and Rulla did it together. And Rulla's like, "No, we didn't." And then Joellen's like, "You were in the room. You were in the room." And Rulla's like, "I wasn't in the room." She's like, "Don't pretend you were upstairs. You were within the earshot. You're within earshot." And Brian had said he was going to sue the company at the time if Joellen didn't get fired. So she was like, "Maybe I won't get laid. Maybe that is why I got laid off." And Rula's like, "It wasn't. Don't make it like it was." And then Joelle's like, "It's my story. You think I don't know my own fucking story?" And she's like, "Stop your noises. Maybe it's your nose fucking breathing that's so loud." That was a good one.
That
That
was
a good one.
so good. Okay, because also Rula's nose does look really bad. It looks like a Dr. Seuss nose, especially with the lip. Like, it really looks
It's
like a Dr.
Shinfuda.
Seuss. Yeah.
Shinfuda / Michelle Lally. It's like a
Oh my
flash
god.
art nose job. These like beautiful
Yeah.
Mediterranean women don't need the tiny ski jump noses. And so then they're like, Rula's like, "I can't deal with the things that come out of that mouth." And then Joellen goes, this was really good too, without missing a beat. She's like, "You can't deal with the truth. You can't handle the truth." Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton. Free to be you and me,
You and me,
1975.
1979. Okay.
Oh, but then
So then they take a break, and we'll take a break. Or in the break, and then during the break, Rulla goes, "Andy," and Andy goes, "Rulla," and then Rulla
we've
goes,
already done this, Rula.
"Yeah, I have Brian's surgery records for the day the video was taken," and Andy goes, "What?
Why?
Why
Okay,
are you
the
telling me
other
this?"
thing too is like, and they didn't really talk about it at the reunion. Like, Brian makes a lot of phone calls for somebody who's like a doctor, who's like a surgeon. It's like, it's very interesting how often he's calling people. And this is like predating the show, even like, yeah, all these like predate the show. It's so weird.
It's just so bizarre to me that like Rulla has seen the show, and even aside from the affair stuff, which whatever, just all of the stuff that he's admitted to on camera in terms
Yeah.
of like,
Taking
getting her,
medication.
basically like like drugging her
Yeah.
to like capture her heart and like,
First night that he met, he was ordering her doubles.
yeah,
Like, she would, like, order a drink, and then he would tell the waiter to make it a double, which is, like, crazy, and, he's, like,
that
disgusting,
he
but
does
it
so
is
many drugs, like
so
that he's
many, like,
talking
a
about doing
little
tons of
sunset.
drugs at
Yeah,
work, like,
from his, like, med spa, and it's like, and then he's also, like, calling Gary about Liz, and then, like, calling, the thing with Joellen, it's like, that's so insane to call her coworker.
yeah, but he's
And the
like,
coworker that's not on the show, like, that would kind of be different, but, like, her
that's,
actual, like, job she's had
yes.
for, like, several years is
So, yeah, like,
bizarre.
it's so weird, and it's like, it's obviously, like, a way to try to silence her before the show, but it's like, well, that's gonna make her talk about it on the show more. It's like, they really don't get how how any of this works. We'll wait till the cameras are rolling again. It's like, the cameras are rolling right now! Like, you don't understand anything! Like,
No,
it's
but
crazy.
that doesn't stop her, and still she persisted.
Yeah, so, yeah, they just don't understand how the cameras work at all, that, like, she thinks that the cameras have completely cut on a break, which they don't. They always leave one rolling. And they film you backstage. Like, and then that like she thinks she can be the boss of the reunion and be like, Andy, this is what we need to talk about next is this bullshit thing that bullshit AI thing that Brian doctored. And like everyone is saying, like, this is like AI. Like he like and Joellen's like, he's the AI queen, which Brian is a stunt queen. He's
I
stunting.
don't know how he's still like a doctor. Like, I don't know how he's showing up to surgery.
He should definitely be disbarred. Or what is it called with doctors?
You lose like your medical
He
license.
should lose his like just from everything that's been said on the show. It's like I can't imagine getting a foot. I can't imagine him touching my metacarpals. I can't imagine any of
I
that.
don't want him to be bringing my surgery records to a Bravo reunion.
Yeah, and doctoring them and I don't.
Yeah. This is
He's
the kind of doctoring I need from you, sir.
that's why he's a doctor of AI and lies. He's not a doctor of fate. Then like Joellen's like, and also she didn't stop fucking him until December, Rulla. And then Alicia, who's been still sitting on the couch, like finally like looks up at all the shouting. She goes, "Oh, we can leave now." This is like, oh, okay. And so then after the break, everyone comes back. And they talk about the whole like homeless, not toothless fight.
Mm.
And Liz is like, I wanted to protect you, and I'm sorry for that. In Kabbalah, they say when you bring red to someone's face, it's the greatest sin. I was just so mad. It's like,
Wait, what?
she's
Yeah,
so
this is the other thing.
spiritual.
I was like, is she practicing Kabbalah? Which I have not heard about Kabbalah since like
In
the
so long.
Madonna, like
Gwyneth,
like
yeah.
VMA, like when her and Brittany were
The
like
red
big into
bracelets.
the red
yeah.
bracelet. Demi Moore is big into Kabbalah. Actually, when Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher got married, they got married at the Kabbalah Center.
Oh my gosh. That's what I love about her. There's something so deeply like spiritual seeker about her, and yet there's also something so Tony Soprano about her. She's like Janice Parvati Soprano to me, where it's like in one breath she's like in the ocean state I dispense the weed and the truth, and then she's
Yeah.
like, I'll fucking kill you, I'll kill anyone. You know, it's so I like the dichotomy.
Yes, she
It's so
is.
Dorinda to me.
She is
Dorinda.
very.
And then she's like, and then I actually thought this was a pretty damning reveal where she was like, she was mad because let's just say you both knew you were going to be what you were going to be talking about in the car. And it was that, and she's like, oh no, you don't know about the voice notes you sent me and Joellen and Kelsey that you wanted to talk about that fight in the car and that was planned. They both knew what was coming, and I felt ambushed. And it's like, I really think that this is what the fight's about, is that Joellen wants it to be more of like a Housewives-y show with kind of like more, because that's like what Joellen's really good at.
Yes.
And Liz wants it to be more really, first of all, like friendship is first because she doesn't want any of her like legal issues coming up on the show. And then also she wants it to be really like organic, natural. Like that's very Dorinda, right? Like you're trying to
Liz?
make me look back. Yeah.
See,
I think
I
that
don't
she
think that
wants
for
it
Liz.
more.
I feel like, well, I just think that she doesn't know what she's doing. But I'll say this. I do like Liz. I just feel like, I don't know, she just came off really mean to me in this episode. I didn't love it.
I think that she doesn't want it to be like a show where it's like, oh, where it's like manufactured and stuff, but it's like, well, you got what she doesn't know is like, well, the edit is not going to be on your side being like
Yeah.
the show is fake. You know, it's like they don't like you to even talk about that stuff.
Well,
Like
and the other thing
it breaks kayfabe too much.
Well, the thing is, like, they've known each other all for so long, so the stuff with, like, Alicia being, like, unhoused and everything, it's almost like, I mean, just watching it as a viewer, it's like, I just met both of you, It's like, I just feel like this is such a weird storyline to keep bringing up for several episodes because we'll never see it on camera.
But that's what she was saying is she didn't want to bring it up at the dinner. Joellen brought it up. It's like she wanted it to just end there. It was like, okay, it was like that thing. And but she also didn't realize, like, Alicia was obviously, like, really upset about it. So Alicia was bringing it up in a lot of her scenes because she's, like, upset. You can't, like, you have to handle it on camera because it happened on camera, you know? So it's like, I really do see both sides.
Ugh.
Joel's like, I promise I never looked at the voice memos. I never listened to them. And then Liz goes, you, the world's greatest detective who's talking to police, the great mouse detective, the world's greatest criminal mind, Sherlock Holmes of Cranston, you, the Columbo of Rhode Island.
You, the Magnum PI of
It's like,
Provincetown.
keep saying
You, the Miami Vice of the beach that Ashley I thinks it looks like Miami Beach, but it doesn't.
you, and then Rulla's like, this is what she does, and then
This is why she's my best friend.
And Joellen goes, kiss my ass. And then like Rulla's like, kiss my ass. And then Joellen's like, you don't have an ass. Your skin is falling. Your skin is falling off is such a good diss. Your skin is falling off.
I get you a Buffalo Bill right now.
And then Rulla goes, I don't need Ozempic to look like this. I was like, that was Staub. Staub taught her that.
Yeah, that was Staub. Also, it's probably your husband's also stealing Ozempic. He's talked about on national TV.
He's probably dosing you with it in your sleep.
You have no idea. He's giving you double.
So then they take another break. And Rulla says, Brian didn't do anything to get Joellen fired. And Rosie's like, okay. And Rulla's like, she's just so easy to attack with the lies. She just attacks. And they all sit back down. And then Ashley's like, Priscilla, do you have eye drops? And then she pantomimes with both hands squeezing into her eyes. Eye drops. It looks like she's jerking off 1,000 dicks in her eye drops. It's like, how far away is Priscilla that she's having to do these giant gestures? Priscilla! Queen of the Damned! Priscilla! Okay, so then they sit back down and Liz tears into Joellen a little more. She's like, babe, I think you are the most cunning, calculated human being. And to be honest, I think Alicia was amping herself up a little. It's like she just couldn't help herself. They're like, everyone's like, so mad. Alicia's like, what's wrong with you? Wake up. Like, this is why I said you were abusive. And Liz is like, I'm just, she kind of knows she's wrong sometimes. She's like, I'm just saying, you amped yourself up. And they're like, oh, it's all a setup. You're right. And then Annie's like, now that you've seen the episode, you know you did touch Joellen, right?
Yeah.
And Liz is like, here's the thing. I am tactile defensive. I'm a tactile defensive learner.
When
we all have different
feel
defensive
attacked,
styles.
I'm going to push you in public at a show.
And she was like, and then Joellen's like, but you pushed the chair, and she was like, yeah, I did. I was wrong. I did it. And she's like, but you can't own that you're wrong. I don't think that Alicia has an evil intent or a bad heart, but I think that you do. So me, I think you're evil. And she's like, do you think you owe Joellen an apology? Mm-hmm. And then Liz goes, Andy, most people fear being exposed, but what I fear the most is character manipulation. I was like, oh, is that Winston Churchill?
No.
The only thing to fear is character manipulation. I was like, what are you talking about? It's the same. It's like, oh no, I don't. Also, she so fears being exposed. I do think it's she's just been so scared the lawsuit will come up. This
the Dino
season.
of it all, and everything that
ongoing.
I think, even Gary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. what he was really doing on that boat.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, like, and listen, like, and who's to say what's normal behavior? Is it normal behavior to have your devil hands on someone when you're begging them to take it off? And then Ashley I says, I will say, I did feel like I needed to sit with Liz because at Capos, it felt like 2 against 1 a little bit. It did feel like a one-sided fight. So
Okay.
take that with
Yeah.
take what you will. And then they get into this like fight about like a smoky snowsuits
I
that
had
is like what's
no
really
idea.
what the fight is actually about.
I
Is
had
that like
no idea what they were talking about, and I was like, Andy, do something. What's happened? Like,
I
we're
know,
really
Andy was like, whatever, it's a smoky.
He's-
We didn't see any of
yeah.
this.
No, I was like, what are they talking about right now? Is Smokey? I was like, was there an episode where it was snowing? No, we're in the. They filmed this like in the summer, right?
Yeah, I think it was something that happened before shooting that like, and they were just like, you know, in a flop season, like if this was Roni, the whole
Yeah.
season would have been the smoky snowsuit, but there was just like too much to cover. Liz feels embarrassed that like, you know, that it smelled like smoke and that she was making a big thing of it. And she's like, you embody something that my soul rejects. And Joellen's like, and you're a narcissist, just like my mom. And then Liz goes, I'm not your ma, babe. I'm not your ma. And she's like, but you know, with Alicia, I was remorseful that day and 10 days after that. And on the 11th day, I forgave myself. It's just everything she talks seems like a passage from like the Quran or the Bible or the
From the
Kabbalah
Kabbalah.
book. Like it's all like
From the Kabbalah.
it all seems
No,
like epithets, you know, like
but it is
tomes.
so weird also because she's saying these things, Liz is saying these things, but then Joellen's all, you know, she's also like, you remind me of my narcissist mom, but also you're my best friend.
And then she's like, but we were always
We're
best
best friends.
friends.
And then, you know, they were talking about how like Liz called Joellen on Mother's Day because Joellen was not with her mom and she was not with her sister for Mother's Day. And she spent Mother's Day with like Liz. And she's like, I consider you my best friend. And Liz is like, in what world am I your best friend? You're something my soul rejects.
Yes. I do think it's just a really funny fight. Like, we're not best friends. We're just good friends. Like, you're lying saying we're best friends is so
Where does that
funny.
come from?
An episode of 30 Rock with Grizz.
When your friend won't convert to Kabbalah, so you're like, my soul rejects
My soul
you.
rejects you. You're an SP. So then yeah, Rulla's like oh, this is what she does. And then Joellen's like, say something, Rulla. You're fucking nuts. So
And
good.
Rulla's not going to take that sitting down because then she stands up.
Yes. Oh, I did just want to say they get into a little more of like Rosie and Alicia kind of being on the outs of the group. And just as we suspected, there is a group text with everyone in it except for like Rulla because she won't be in a group text with Joellen.
Right.
But like, and yeah, Ashley and Rosie aren't in it. And like before the season, you know, because these women were all friends before. So like, yeah, they like researched, you know, the new castmates, talk shit about them, all of that. None of them watched Ashley I's Bachelor seasons. like Kelsey was like already a fan, but nobody else watched them. That's so funny to me. So then Rosie's mad because Joellen did a bunch of road trips content, and that's like Rosie's
Road
podcast.
tripping. Yeah. And then one of the things she's like, what do I like to eat on when I'm road tripping?
A Slim Jim.
Jim.
I was like, what is that? What is that? Is that a burn?
Isn't her husband's name Jim?
No. I don't get it.
I thought it was Jim.
It's not Jim.
And I thought that I was like, Joellen's calling him Slim.
It's mean that he's slim?
She's burning him so good. She's calling him Slim.
But I did not understand this excuse where Joellen's like, look, it was my social media girl. She did it. And it's like, we saw a video, like, the social media girl made you say
do it
road
4
trip
times.
Like 7 times.
Yeah.
Rulla's like, Joellen, there's always an excuse. And that like when Joellen's like, Rulla, stop speaking. Who are you? Who's this new cast?
You're not even on the show.
And then Rulla's like, who are you? Who are you? I'm way more important than you, bitch. You're nobody. You're a slut. And then Joellen goes, your husband's a slut, which
Your
was really
husband's a
good.
slut. I rewound that like 5
That was
times.
really good.
Where she's
Yeah.
looking at her, she goes, your husband's a slut.
Yeah. She is like really good, quick on her feet. Like with
Yeah, Rulla's very angry now. She's like
she's
reached her like
so mad.
limit.
This
but
is when she starts kind of. Oops! Oh my God!
She
I'm
stands up.
pulling a Rulla. I dropped my keyboard. She's standing up and kind of wandering around the set in a ring.
She's exploring the space.
She's
Which you do,
like,
and that's another theater thing, much
Another
like seeing one boob and touching the other.
yes.
It's exploring the space. She's in her
Exploring the space,
movement
finding her
clothes.
light. And she's like, "You sleep with doctors. You sleep with." She like almost bumps into Andy. You sleep with doctors. She's like,
Yeah, Andy
I don't know.
still has not said anything.
He's just
like,
he's like standing motionless like a statue, like trying to like let her work around him. And she's like, I don't know what's bigger, what's your mouth or what's between your legs, bitch. And then Joellen's like, I'm gonna break your fucking nose. And Alicia goes, no, don't. And he's like, you all know, she's a fucking whore and she wants to point the finger at everybody else. Full stop. Like just screaming. And then Liz is like, Rulla, no. And Joellen's like, your husband's a whore. And then Rulla's like, pull him aside. That's a separate conversation. And then that's the end of the reunion.
the end of the episode.
It was so good.
Oh, it was such a great ending.
What a ride. I'm so excited for the
know.
husbands to come in.
No, the rumors and the husbands. Yeah. Jerry doesn't even know what day it is. He doesn't even know where he is. He's back.
Jerry doesn't know what day it is. It's so good. So good. I'm so excited also for like Andy to go to Ashley and Jared again and be like, so like Jared, how's it going with Audrey's? And he's like, funny you should say that, Andy. Actually, a really funny story. And Andy's like, okay, let's shift gear. That's time. That's the end of our reunion.
Bye.
Bye.
Bring me that blue drink from Audrey's.
All right. Well, that's the end of our episode 2. We're so excited for part 2. We love you guys. We love you guys. 1,000,000 billion. Like, subscribe, review us 1,000,000 billion, please. Or your husband's a whore.
Your husband's a slut.
Your husband's a slut.
Your husband's a slut. I don't know what's big in your mouth or what's between your legs.